all of these questions? If you did, then you are not alone. We created this short video because truly all direct mail companies are not created equal. We are going to take the next couple of minutes to familiarize you with our program that we feel will revolutionize how you think about direct mail. So what is this revolutionary program? Introducing Smart Mail by Imperial Press Direct. What is Smart Mail, you ask? First, let's identify what Smart Mail is not. To do that, let's look at what traditional mail is. Traditional mail programs, commonly referred to as spray and pray programs, consist of three main components: a generic list of names and addresses.
I'm trying to hear you. I fear your grace is gone. Your rival's voices competing tonight.
We are back.
Fighting.
This is
got me battered,
Auto Dealer Live.
I'm nothing.
And on the phone with me is Mr. Ralph Paglia. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, and I want to send out a big hello to the entire listening audience at Auto Dealer Live. I hope you're all having a great day, because I sure know that it's a heck of a beautiful day here in Chicago, and we can see from the giant skyscraper that I'm in at Social Dealer World Headquarters, we see dealers all over Chicagoland selling cars everywhere.
That's a beautiful thing, man, when people are selling cars and you got beautiful weather.
Well, you got to love May. I mean, I've been selling cars for 31 years, and May has always been one of my favorite months. March, April, May, and June, we are at the peak of selling season right now.
Yeah, May's and this May, I think the statistics are up. We were actually talking about it a little bit earlier in the show. This May, I think it's up 12% than it was from last year. So this is even a bigger. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We don't even have our Memorial Day sales numbers in. Well, I think what we're going to see is all over the United States, when those sales numbers come in for Memorial Day, I think we're going to see a record May. As much as people want to talk about economic issues and conditions, I find it always interesting to point out that, for example, Ford Motor Company made more money in calendar year 2010 than they did in any year in the last 100 years. So as far as I'm concerned, these are great times to be in the car business, and it's a great time to be selling cars.
Well, Ralph, tell us a little bit about what you do and what you're involved in over there with the guys from Dealer Elite.
Well, first and foremost, Chris Saraceno and Mike Myers are both a couple of very good professional friends of mine. I originally met them after they saw me speak at a conference in Las Vegas. They invited me to come to their dealer group as a consultant, and they signed up, and so they were a client at first. As I delivered my services to their dealerships and their dealer group, we became to be pretty good friends. And I had invited them to join Automotive Digital Marketing. And at one point, Chris expressed interest in Mike in creating their own network for dealers, some a little different. Over at Automotive Digital Marketing, what I created is really focused around marketing. They wanted to create something that was more geared towards the overall operations of the entire dealership, beyond just marketing. And so ever since day one, I've helped those guys. They started with, the history. They started with a LinkedIn group. That was actually the first thing they did. And then I encouraged them to use the same software platform that we used for the Automotive Digital Marketing site, which they did for Dealer Elite. Now, in the last couple of years, we've been talking a lot about collaborating and partnering. And I'm very excited to announce that as of April 15th, ADM and Dealer Elite, we pooled our assets, pooled our talents. We've all scraped into our savings and capitalized the business. Then we created a company called Automotive Media Partners, LLC. And Automotive Media Partners' mission is really to connect information that helps people working in dealerships perform better than they would without that information. So obviously, we've been working on all the sites, and we've been working on all the content and all the contributors, and working on ways of making it easier for people in dealerships to access the information that they need to educate themselves and and be more effective and do a better job. A big part of what we want to do is we want to also deliver inspiration. We want to inspire people because we all know what it's like to be out there, waiting for the next up, and that's never a good thing. We want to make sure that we provide the kind of information, expertise, and insight that lift people up and inspire them to really perform better. So in that spirit, one of the things that's on our business plan is Chris Saraceno, myself, and Mike Myers, we're collaborating with several other business partners to put together a huge event in September in Las Vegas. It's the AutoConnections Conference and Exposition. The shortcut name that we've landed, we kind of came up with this after seeing, I watched my wife get all excited about going to Comic-Con. And then within the publishing industry, there's PubCon. And there's all these big events that end with CON, which is short for conference. And since we're calling it AutoConnections Conference, we've shortened it to AutoCon. So AutoCon 2012. Yeah, so AutoCon. And we're out here, Chris, Mike, and myself, we are rallying the best instructors, speakers, practitioners in the industry around 6 primary areas, basically people, process, measurement, and then a whole bunch of very cool new technologies that we all need to master if we want to keep our dealerships more competitive in the marketplace. So I don't think there's anybody out there that would argue that mobile is not an important media channel or communication channel right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, heck, we got a lot of Americans that they're getting rid of their landlines and they're just relying on their mobile devices. So mobile is a big track for AutoCon, and we've got all the experts from all over the country coming in, people from the major mobile carriers, from the mobile application developers. We've got people from the Google Android team coming in. Dealers that attend AutoCon are going to go away really understanding all the variations on mobile. The other areas we're focused on are local marketing, which of course, as far as I'm concerned, all dealers are local marketing and advertising experts. I mean, or you have to be or you won't be in business, but it's all about local. And then social, which is kind of what brought me to Chicago this week. I'm up here working with the social dealer crew because I said, look, I'll come up there and I'll work the phones and help you guys sell, but you got to become sponsors at AutoCon. So I'm up here washing dishes in the kitchen in order to earn my meal by getting a social dealer to become a sponsor at AutoCon. And my intent is that I'm going to be traveling all over the country for the next couple of months, rallying support for the conference, getting the money that we need to make sure that we can give out scholarships. And what I mean by scholarships is I'm not talking about the registration fee. AutoCon scholarships are going to be full scholarships where we're going to have several dozen people from dealerships that when they qualify, we're going to cover their airfare, their hotel, their meals, and their registration. A full ride scholarship to AutoCon in September in Las Vegas for the dealers that want it, and maybe these employees either they can't get the dealer to free up the budget or just the very fact that they merit because we're going to have a series of scholarship applications where we say, upload a video telling us why we should pay your whole way to go to AutoCon 2012. So I feel like I'm out here beating the streets, getting people to put up sponsorship money for a worthy cause. The more money I get from the sponsors, the more scholarships we'll be handing out to people working in dealerships to attend AutoCon in Las Vegas. See that? Subliminally, I'm already calling it Comic-Con, but AutoCon.
Well, that's great. You know what?
Maybe we'll partner with the people at Comic-Con. Who knows?
There you go. Well, you know what I like most about this is, obviously, people have to pay a registration fee to go because there's a cost associated with it. But me and you talked earlier. This is really a break-even proposition for you guys, and it's not like when these people go. They're going to be bombarded by a bunch of people trying to sell them something. This is really about educating yourself or your dealership and people in your dealership about what's coming as far as marketing needs as like mobile phones and Android and iPhones keep getting more popular. The market's ever changing, so this is a way of getting educated on what's coming down the road and how you can go and tackle the 800-pound gorilla in the room.
Absolutely, and I've had a lot of people question me and say, "Well, Ralph, how do we know that AutoCon is going to be any good?" And here's what I'm going to say: this may be our first conference, but between Chris Saraceno, Mike Myers, and Ralph Paglia, we have a proven track record going back to 4 years ago when I first launched Automotive Digital Marketing, and 2010 when we launched Dealer Elite. We've established our commitment and our dedication to providing real insights, practical, hands-on knowledge, and most importantly, the kind of inspirational messaging around, so that people can actually execute, that people feel the confidence to go to their dealers and say, "Boss, I'm doing this. I'm going to go ahead and build campaigns and Google AdWords that show up on people's search phones when they're looking for cars, and I know it works. And boss, I need your credit card to do this because I was on ADM or I was on Dealer Elite, and I saw this article and it showed me step by step how to do this. Boss, I'm going to build a Facebook page, and we're going to put lead forms right on our Facebook page because I was on Dealer Elite, and I saw a step-by-step article that somebody put in there showing me how to do that." That's ultimately, you can call us crazy, but that's what we get off on, okay? I mean, I love nothing more than to going into a dealership and showing somebody how to make more money so they can send their kids to a better school, so they can buy a better home, so they can put a bigger diamond on their wife's finger, whatever it is that floats their boat, whatever improves their quality of life. There's plenty of money to be made in the auto industry. That's just not an issue. AutoCon is we have a 3-year plan for AutoCon. So the first year, it's 100% reinvestment in what we know what our costs are. As we get the sponsorship dollars coming in, I'm very proud to say we have, I don't want to say the exact number because we do have competition, but we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of sponsorship already in the till. And that money is being used to market this event. We have all kinds of full-page, double-truck ads coming out in various industry publications. We have all kinds of online advertising kicking off. And we're going to drive the right people from the right dealerships to this event. But it's 100% reinvestment. Part of what we're doing is setting the stage for AutoCon 2013. Because when we get done with AutoCon 2012, everybody's going to leave and say, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I went to this thing. This is big. This is going to change my life." And the second year is going to be bigger than the first year, and the third year is going to be bigger than the second year. And by that point, Mike, Chris, and I will be making money. So this is a long-term 3-year plan. We are a bunch of car guys. We are motivated to be financially successful. But year one is 100% reinvestment into this event, and all the excess funds is being reinvested into scholarships. I would like to generate enough sponsorship money where we can pick up the tab for 100 people to have all expense-paid trips to Las Vegas.
That would be awesome. Well,
that's what we're working on.
Well, it's funny. You have.
Hey, you know what? Guess what? The suppliers can afford it, so we're going to get it.
There you go. Hey, it's funny. You have what you said, over 30 years experience in the car business?
Sure do. Took my first up February 13th, 1981.
That's awesome. And then you got Chris and Mike, who are both guys that are currently working in car dealerships. These are real car guys. They're not people that, are, I don't even know how to say. They think of themselves as marketing gurus, have never been in the car business, and then try to tell car guys how to do business. It's not that. These are real car guys. They've worked in dealerships.
No, these guys, first of all, all three of us are very different, okay? But I could tell you, like this morning I was on the phone with Chris, and I was all set to go to war with somebody that said something bad about my AutoCon conference, and Chris being the general manager and the dealer that he is,
yep.
He says to me, he goes, "Ralph, No, I don't think you should do that. You need to take the high road. We need to keep this positive, talk about all the great things that AutoCon is going to offer, and never mind the competition. They don't matter. We're here to make a difference. We're here to change people's lives, and you're not going to get into the gutter and get muddy with these other people. And I told him, I said, Chris, I know you're right. It's just that I'm a scrappy car guy, and I'm always up for, a good sales contest. But so as a team, we're out there selling cars. We're out there helping dealers be successful. But what really turns us on is when we can amplify that. So if you really think about ADM and Dealer Elite, for example, is really a means of amplifying. If you take somebody like Grant Cardone, the whole purpose behind Dealer Elite is, let's say Grant has a great motivational video, and we all know Grant is very prolific, and he's going to put that video everywhere. But if you work in a dealership, that you can go to dealerelite.net and see Grant's videos, Bobby Compton's videos, Dave Anderson's videos, David Lewis's stuff, let's say you're a finance manager, all in one place. Yeah, you could go seek out their stuff on their individual sites, but the idea is that to have one network where all the best trainers and consultants and the people that can really help us raise the bar, improve our game, generate more business. If you're a guy selling 12 cars a month, if you can get yourself to 15 cars a month, that's going to change your lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That 12 cars a month may pay the bills, but at 15 cars a month, you can send your daughter to private school. So this is very real world. This is not being it's not pie in the sky. This isn't some type of false cult or any nonsense like that. This is about making a difference in people's lives. And we've had several years of experience doing it now, using these websites as the vehicle to bring all this information and knowledge and inspiration and knowledge and experience together. I mean, when I personally started ADM, it started off with me just spilling my guts and showing every email template I ever developed, every phone script I ever worked with, every org chart I ever did, every report I ever put together, putting it all in one place, saying, come and get it. I've been charging you guys $2,400 a day to come into your dealerships and set you up on all this. Here, have at it. Here's all my knowledge. Come in here. And we were fortunate enough to find out that there was a whole bunch of other people that had very powerful knowledge and skills, and they were willing to share with the rest of the industry. And that concept of sharing our experience, our knowledge of what works, and sometimes more importantly, what doesn't work, and bettering the entire industry, we feel, all of us, Chris Saraceno, Mike Myers, and myself, feel like we've actually improved the auto industry, in our own way. Absolutely.
Well, Ralph, I appreciate you coming on. We got to pay some bills around here with another commercial break. Give us your email address and your website, how people get in contact with you.
Okay, so my email address is rpaglia, which is RPAGLIA @gmail.com. So that's rpaglia @gmail.com. And I am the editor-in-chief of AutomotiveDigitalMarketing.com. We do have a shortcut URL. We call it Automotive Digital Marketing Professional Community. So the shortcut URL is admpc.com. And I'm also one of the partners on DealerElite.net, which is DealerElite.net. I hope I spelled that right. DealerElite.net. And Chris Saraceno, Mike Myers, and myself are partners in Automotive Media Partners, which includes both those sites. So we're full partners on all of it. And our goal is to empower people working in dealerships to do a better job, make more money, be more successful, and lead better lives.
Ralph, thank you so much for coming on. We got to take a break. When we get back, our final segment of the day. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Auto Dealer Live.
I could always tell you how good our product is here at Imperial Press Direct, but I'd rather our clients speak for us.
For years, I've been searching for the right mail piece that would attract qualified buyers to my dealership. I'm not the type of person who has time to pick up the phone and really preach, but when I was asked to give a testimonial about Imperial Press Direct, I was more than happy to, considering what they've generated for me. I've used them consistently for over 6 months, and my sales volume and PVRs have soared. Most mail pieces are hit or miss, but with Imperial Press, it's a hit.
That's just one of many of our happy clients. Here's another one.
My past Imperial sale, we were able to pay for itself with one car deal. It's a must for anybody that's wanting to be in the secondary business. It's a no-brainer.
Look, we could do this all day. Just go to ipdmail.com and ask for a free demonstration today, so we could add you to our list of happy clients.
We had our first mailer with great results. 5,000 pieces, 28 cars delivered. I'd recommend it to anybody.
That's ipdmail.com.